In the late 90s and early 2000s, not many cars gave you the bang for your buck as the C5 Z06. With the LS power plant introduced during this time, people were making big horsepower numbers with a stock engine. And pretty much the only other cars that did that at the time were things like the Terminator Cobra and the Toyota Supra. So the C5 Corvette, to this day, is it still one of the best bang for your buck sports cars on the market, even though the prices are skyrocketing nowadays? Let's go for a drive and find out. Before we get on with today's video, I just want to give a huge thanks to today's sponsor, Cuts. You ever find an amazing shirt, but then you come to realize that it's either gone or discontinued? Not with Cuts. They offer timeless styles all year round. Cuts offers premium men's apparel that's confident, sophisticated, versatile, and functional. And it demands the best for every occasion. And it's meticulously crafted to offer a premium wearing experience. And one of my favorite things is the materials. Cuts offers incredible materials. For example, the Pika Pro t-shirt. Pika Pro is a combination of great materials such as polyester, cotton, and spandex, so it forms to your body very easily. It's buttery smooth and it feels tailor-made. And Cuts offers another fabric called Hyperloop, which I'm currently wearing right now. Hyperloop combines soft, breathable qualities of French terry and a one-of-a-kind Hyperloop knit to deliver a structure built to last. It's great for mobility, but also enough for style and comfort in the workplace. And Cuts has the perfect style for your needs. Everything from a crew shirt, a V-neck, a Henley, and even seasonal colors. And another great option I love is the Henley. So let me get this off real quick. The Henley offers a more sophisticated alternative look to the crew, but it's breathable, it's still great during warmer months or layered with a jacket during the winter time. And I love wearing Cuts at the office, but especially for traveling. I fly almost every single week. And when you're air traveling, you gotta look good, but also feel comfortable at the same time. And Cuts really checks all those boxes. Cuts is the only shirt worth wearing. Head over to cuts.team/ThatDudeinBlue to get 15% off everything. That's cuts.team/ThatDudeinBlue. So feel comfortable, feel confident, and head over to Cuts today. What's up, Ethan?
So happy to be here with you, man.
I'm so excited I'm here too. Guys, this is Ethan. Super cool dude. At the very last second, let me drive a bunch of their cars. I was like, I mean, if you're gonna let me, I'll show up. So here I am. What are we in right now?
A unicorn Z06, you know, the rare white, and then I guess even having the black interior is a little bit more rare. It's one of 300 and something in white and maybe just 200 with the black interior.
We don't have the midlife crisis, you know, the tan and white or tan and red.
Yeah, I don't like those.
When it comes to the C5, I've driven a few of them, but I've never driven like a really nice one. So that's why I'm really excited. So what is done to this one in particular, Ethan?
So this one did start stock coming to my shop. Yes. So some people might be a little bit you know, about modifying this one, but anyways, we did that. We did some bolt-ons, and then we later did a A&A supercharger. Okay. And it's pump gas. It's not a lot of boost. It's about 600 wheel horsepower. So
that's such a good number.
Just like
5 to 6 on the street is so good. Well, first, the shifter is super notchy. I really like that. I also a white C5 I think is my favorite. This is a nice, clean white C5 on CCWs. Just looking great. We have Toyota 888s as well, so we'll have plenty of grip once they warm up. It's a little chilly today, but I think we're okay. What's so interesting about the C5 to me is this is the Corvette I grew up with, right? It was the one that was the unattainable, like, oh, that's a dream car with the flip-up headlights and everything. And also, of course, the Mr. Deeds mobile. Remember at the end of that? I think with the LS platform being introduced with these cars, I'm just gonna chill for a second. The LS platform with these cars, it just really showed how modern V8s were starting to kind of transform the entire car scene. Because if you think about it, like, the imports were really dominating, you know, I feel like in the 90s. And then finally, they came out with this thing, and I was like, okay, now there's something to mess with. Because you were originally a Honda guy.
Yes.
But now you tune just about everything.
I would pretty much echo what you just said about imports, because like I enjoyed when I had my turbo hatchback, I enjoyed a few years of beating a lot of domestic cars. Sure. And then the C6 Z06 came out. Oh, yeah, and then I caught my first loss against that car, and then I the horsepower game's just escalated crazy.
Especially down here in Texas. The C5s and C6s are also just so user-friendly too. Like, they're easy to drive. Like, I got in this thing, I could just start. The Corbos are actually really comfortable too. No, but that was second gear, rolls really smooth, sounds really good. And I mean, for a while you could get C5s for an affordable price, but then, you know, the world happened, and then now they're back to being expensive. I think what's really interesting too is, you know, the C6 is such a great car, but the C5 really laid that baseline out for it, you know. I also love the oh crap handle that's on the dash that they've always had. I'm like, it's in such a funky spot too.
It's not gonna help me out much there.
No, yeah, because you'd be reaching for it like this. It's kind of odd. Yeah, the C5 steering wheel's always been weird to me too. How it has like this 4-spoke kind of jank. But yeah, then, you know, they used a Cobalt SS one in the next one, so I can't really say too much.
Yeah, oh man, I never actually realized that.
Yeah, it's a Cobalt SS steering wheel. Because I remember back in the day, in the early 2000s, it was like these, the Terminator Cobras and the Supras.
Yep.
Those are like the big dogs of the street.
That's another car, that Terminator Cobra. That's one that, when that came out and I you know, was racing back then, I was like, oh, okay, he's there with me.
The giant whale of a supercharger, right? Give the AAA a second, and then it'll do it.
Man, it feels pretty good. It feels better with you driving than with me driving.
You know, I took Evan for a ride in the EVA the other day, and it's so funny, people's reaction of like passenger versus driving, you know, because it's such a difference. When it comes to the centrifugal stuff, what do you think about, like, say, the A&A superchargers and stuff like that when it comes to the vents?
I mean, A&A, first of all, like, it's a great kit. I love their products for sure. I always tell people, like, centrifugal versus roots or turbo or whatever, it really depends on what you're gonna want to use the car for. So if it's a car that, like, if you're drag racing, then, you know, maybe the Whipple is better. But if you're road racing, then I'd say centrifugal. If you're looking for a kind of all-around daily good, friendly, then I think the centrifugal is always the way to go.
It's incredibly smooth. I think you tuned it very well, and I love that you just tuned like everything. I think that's really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you also tuned Evan's Evo, by the way, which I drove yesterday, just for time frame reference.
Yep, and then the IS300.
That's right.
The Evo is on Link, the IS300 is on ECU Master, and then of course this is HP Tuners.
Oh, yeah, HP Tuners is awesome. It's funny, I'm putting a Link on my JC car, and then HP Tuners on my Mustang, and then like, there's so many options now, it's great. You know what's funny about these kind of cars are sometimes almost harder to review because they just work. You know, it's like, okay, you got the Vet, you got a Z06, which is already a great car, then you did some work to it, and it's usually stock motor, and the next thing you know, you're making 600 wheel and pump gas, and it's crazy that you could have done this in 2003.
A long time ago,
you know, nowadays with the modern V8s, it's not so much of a surprise. It's like, oh, that's really cool. You know, you can just throw a blower or a turbo or whatever. But with these, like, this was so ahead of the time when it comes to the V8 stuff. Woo, all right. She's spinning. Jeez. The thing about the Vets is that even if they spin, it's predictable. Like, you kind of know where it's gonna go. But that doesn't mean you stay in it. everybody watching.
Smart man.
Yeah, that means you modulate throttle, you put a little bit of steering input if you have to. But I think a big problem with a lot of the times when people build these cars is they just stay in it and they put too much input in it, and then that's, you know, bye-bye, see you later. Ethan, is there anything else you'd like to add about this car? I mean, it's just good, you know?
Yeah, and I think it's a very good level of, you know, stock motor, blower added. The power is good. We're not, but it's comfortable for every day, and you're not, you know, at risk of constantly breaking anything.
Yeah. Meanwhile, if you're in the they're gonna hate me again. I say it all the time. If you're in the Evo lifestyle or something, see, even you're like nervous laugh.
No comment.
Yeah. Which, yes, I know that one commenter is gonna say, I've had my Evo 8 years and it's never broken. When it comes to this American stuff, the bolt-on blowers, bolt-on turbo, I'm telling you, people, give it a chance. I'm telling you, because you'll have a fantastic time. Well, Ethan, how can people find your shop?
Trackstar Motorworks. We're here in Haltom City, which is pretty much between Fort Worth and Dallas. You can shoot me a message on Facebook and give me a call. I pretty much tune in all day, every day.
Yeah.
Usually.
Well, earlier, to give you perspective, everybody's watching, when we were just hanging out filming, he said, I feel like I should be tuning right now.
This is a unique, and I really like the experience of not having frantically just worked and or tuned on a car, and then like all of these cars I know are working well, yeah. And all of the tunes have, you know, they've been run.
Well, everyone, go check out his shop. Really appreciate you guys watching. I upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and honestly, it's fast. It works, and it's fast, and it's reliable. That's a good thing about the LS platform. Even though people think they're played out, there's a reason why people think they're played out. It's because they work. But on that note, see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.